On October 7th, Israel experienced the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust. This is not a time for any of us to stay silent, and despite what some Democrats and the squad believe, it is not the time for Israel to back down. That is exactly why last week I led 19 colleagues in calling for President Biden to freeze the $6 billion ransom payment he gave Iran. We know that Iran bankrolls Hamas, and yet it is perplexing why this administration refuses to issue a formal decision to freeze the $6 billion. We need to ensure that not another dollar goes to Iran, even when the media attention on this issue with Israel dissipates. Unfortunately, we're also learning that President Biden's trip to Israel tomorrow was intentionally not announced until Secretary Blinken received assurances from Netanyahu on a humanitarian aid package for Palestine. The U.S. should not be placing conditions on our support for Israel because of demands made by the squad. The administration knew that sending U.S. taxpayer dollars to the Palestinians could bolster Hamas. Yet President Biden has sent them over $730 million in aid since taking office via the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees. And yesterday, we learned Hamas stole aid from that group. I'll be introducing legislation to halt all funding for them until Iran is expelled from the UN and investigated for violations. Americans should also be concerned about our own vulnerabilities resulting from President Biden's open border policies. As long as Biden allows our border to be open, an attack on our own soil isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Protecting our homeland and preventing Hamas sympathizers from entering our country is paramount. And the egregious actions of Hamas must not go unpunished. 30 American citizens are dead. Women were raped, paraded through the streets, and murdered. Innocent babies were beheaded. We must permanently freeze the $6 billion ransom payment to Iran. We must halt taxpayer dollars going to the Palestinians, and we must secure our own southern border, and we must stand with Israel. At this time, let's see, Senator Thune.